Give them a nice little caress. Part the butt hair.
That actually might be the thing. Maybe I should have said, here's some latex gloves. Let's do this right.
This is Then You Ruined It, the podcast that will last until one of us makes it weird. Hope you have a short commute.
So if you're married long enough and you're in a committed relationship, I think eventually you'll find that maybe you can avoid certain doctor's bills by using your spouse instead. Now, just like any good doctor, I would say once you've received their opinion, you should probably get a second one as well.
Honey, I'm going to turn my head and cough, and you tell me if you can feel my organs.
No, just hold my balls for a little longer. I've been doing this for like 5 minutes. I don't even know what I'm feeling for. Me neither, but let's just keep with it.
It's this or the copay, honey. You pick.
Does he ever remark about your boner? No, he's very discreet. He doesn't say anything about that.
Of course not. He's a professional.
That's right. Shame the person who's holding your balls. That's a great idea.
If they're being unprofessional, they deserve it.
I suppose so, but I still, eventually you're going to want, you'll want, the tit for the tat. So you better, especially if it is actual tit or tat, you want to tread lightly.
All I'm saying is she'd have better Yelp reviews if she had better bedside manner.
I think if you have to worry about your partner's Yelp reviews, you've maybe gone down the wrong path in the first place. So the request I had to make of my wife was related to below the, it was the butt. I'll just say it was the butt. No need to beat around the bush. She certainly didn't. So I approach her this morning after the kids are at school and say, I need you to look at my butt in a non-sexy way.
Be like, that's all I've done for the last 20 years.
I mean, I expected that.
There hasn't been a sexy look at your butt in a long time.
Were she more prepared for such a question? Yeah, I think that would have been her answer, but I think she was more, okay, what are we talking here? Like, what is I want to know what I'm getting myself into so I can bail if I need to. And she agreed and said, okay, I'll take a look. And I'm like, there's been some pain and I don't want to go to a doctor just to say like, hey, there's pain here. And it'll be like, yeah, stop wiping so hard. Dumbass. So I'd rather my wife tell me that than just like, paying money to have someone tell me that. So I assumed the position and I asked her, take a look. What do you see? And sorry, I'm just remembering how it went and I'm embarrassed all over again. She looks and she's like, okay. I mean, I don't see anything too weird. There's like a skin tag or something. I'm like, yeah, I know about that. And she's like, want to take care of that? And I'm like, well, that's not what I'm telling you to look at, but that also sucks. So let's just write down
while you're down there, Doc.
Yeah, let's look at the top list of top 5 things bad about my butt. And you can tell me them later. So she lightly, very lightly, probably too lightly, touches near the area, and I about shoot through the walls. I was not ready for that tickle. I was like, whoa! And she's like, I'm sorry. What did you want me to do?
Okay, we need to be specific. It sounds like this is not a growth on the butt cheek that we're investigating. This is something in the rectal region.
Yes.
Okay, that was important context.
Damn near killed him. In this case, I don't know about killed him, but definitely scared the crap out of him. Not literally. Thankfully. This would be a whole different story. So yes, it is rectally related. And so when she touched, again, she did not touch that, but she touched close enough that I jumped and continued jumping and giggling. And she's just like, would you stop? And I'm just like, sorry, it's tickling.
Oh, so this is a ticklish thing. This isn't like, the pain of the thing. This is more just like, ooh.
Well, no, it's not that. No, it's not a ooh, it's not titillating. It's just tickly. And her answer to that is, well, there's so much hair. I'm like, oh.
Well, I'm like, okay, well, start shaving then.
I know, but you don't have to say that. That's not what we're here for. So she continues looking, and she gives her report and says like, I mean, yes, there might be a little whatever. I have super dry skin right now, like all over my body. It's so cold, and so I imagine that area is also dry and itchy, and maybe I don't know. It came about from that. I don't know, but I'm just glad that I had somebody to ask. I'm glad that she basically didn't give me any information I could use.
Because she's not a doctor, and that's totally okay.
I understand that.
So the whole thing was just uncomfortable for both of you. Completely useless.
Yes. But her first thing was she trying to shame me, and like saying like, why I don't. Do you have any idea like what I'm looking for? What is what?
And I'm like, don't even act like you haven't been like,
Okay, and just completely throw yourself completely naked on our bed and almost do a cartwheel and just be like, look at this. And of course, me being me would be like, yes, ma'am. And she's like, no, in a clinical way. To which I say, I'm not getting paid enough for this. But you are my partner and I love you and I will be happy to. And usually it'd be about the same thing she gave me. It's like, I don't know what I'm looking at. I mean, I know I'm looking at, but I don't know what I'm looking at.
I don't know what any of these are. I'm going to start pushing buttons, see what happens.
No, I'm just going to start throwing parts out. Like, no, don't need that. It's like the cartoon of the guy taking apart the car engine. He's just going to grab something. No, don't need that tank. Clang, cling, clong. There you go. I cleaned it up. Good as new.
Well, I mean, you are getting to the age where soon you will have to prepare for the colonoscopy, and you will need her help performing the self-enema to prepare for that momentous occasion. So, there will be a time when she's digging around there and they're like, we hadn't eaten that in 6 months. You really need to up your fiber.
Except in my case, it's the reverse. We just ate that. How's it gone already?
It's like a straight downward shot.
I mean, yeah, I fed you a pot roast. Why is it here now?
Oh, gross.
Just say it.
So this is how I know that men and women are made different. Because if for any reason a dude was like, hey, look at my butt, maybe there's a tick, maybe there's a growth. If I walked into a room and you had assumed the position, I would throw a baseball at your fruit basket so hard.
Okay. So we've proven that you have yet to grow up.
Honestly, hand on a Bible, Jason. If you walked into a room and I had assumed the position, you would not throw something at my fruit basket?
No, I'd look around for the cameras. Am I being punked? Where is it? Back there behind the curtain?
Johnny Knoxville, what are you doing?
John Knoxville was never on Punked.
Oh,
Wrong show.
same.
If it was Jackass, I would get the hell out of there. Because Lord knows what they're going to do to both of us. No, if you had assumed the position I heard, like, no, I will not boof my friend. So yeah, no, I would not throw anything. That we're different people. I'm the more vulnerable, sensitive type of guy. You still have yet to grow up.
It's
one of the-
because you are vulnerable and sensitive that throwing things at the fruit basket is fun.
Okay, that's mean, but I understand. I know where you're coming from.
I mean, everyone is a stumble and sensitive in the fruit basket. That's why it's the fruit basket.
I've never actually called it that the fruit basket. I would not. There's not much fruit there. There's a banana and 2 grapes.
Maybe this is a me term. The fruit basket is from the angle of behind. Like it's a little fruit basket hanging out on like a tree between 2 trees or something. I don't know.
I would never describe that as a fruit basket. I would describe it as.
Yeah, but if you get hit there by a baseball, that's the only thing you can think is, my fruit basket.
No, I think nuts, balls, probably would come to mind first. With a kid around, like I don't have the couth about me to say like, oh man, he hit me right in the thing.
So I did have 2 roommates who were far too close, where one of them full on mooned the other in striking range. So the other one hauled out and smacked bare cheek as hard as he could, and sent the guy flying, as you do. And he had to come back later and like, I think he left a mark, and he got the double moon in by tricking him into, hey, can you check to see if you left a mark? And then boom, double moon.
Luckily, I never personally ran around in those circles. A few people just thought it was funny to moon each other.
You never ran around in any circles.
It's not true. I ran around in circles case in point, when you say ran around in circles, I remember the time when we were playing GoldenEye together, and my friend who was not very good at video games, he didn't really want to play that often because he was so bad and we would just make fun of him. His joystick got stuck, like when the game loaded, so he was just going around in circles. So he was doing laps basically and not really any good. So I was attempting to get the golden gun on the level we were playing. And he was doing laps. He would just come running by at some point. Like, hey, did you get the golden gun yet? Nope, not yet. All right, later. See you on the next lap. Duh, 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 duh. And he came running into the distance. It's like, just leave him alone.
No one shot him to reset?
I mean, we did eventually, but it was a fun little instance. But that is the kind of circle that I ran in. We played video games all the time, and we did not haze each other in any.
They're not
Yeah.
mutually exclusive. We also played GoldenEye.
Okay. But I'm just saying that's the group that I ran with. A lot of them were football players, and they probably did that when they were around the other football players, but they at least knew that's not my bag. So they treated me with the kid gloves that I deserved, which my family knows to lightly, delicately handle me with as well.
Give him a nice little caress. Part the butt hair.
That actually might be the thing. Maybe I should have said, like, here's some latex gloves. Like, let's do this right. Maybe that would have kept me from worrying about her, like, naked hand touching anywhere near there, being like, oh, I'm so sorry. It was a nervous fart.
Well, I mean, they use gloves at the actual doctor's office on purpose. It's not because they don't trust you or like you. It's because it's your butthole.
I can see a degree back there. Proctology.
I can recognize a butthole 2 out of 3 times. Give me a degree.
So 2 out of 3? So that's not great odds. There's one time you're completely gonna miss that it's a butthole.
Well, yeah, but like, really, of all the doctors you could go to and have them be that wrong that often, you want it to be the proctologist. You want to go in there and just be like, yeah, you don't have one. And you could be just like, okay, yeah, I do. I just know you're a bad doctor. Like, if I went to the endocrinologist and he said, yeah, you don't have a pancreas, I'd be like, well, I'll have to take your word for it. But a butthole, I can verify. Trust but verify. Kids, that's the lesson of today's podcast. Trust but verify. If the doctor says you don't have a butthole, climb up on the counter and check. Also, you have a butthole.
Now, I would, climb up on the counter, pull your pants down, and like check and like make him like, no, dude, look, right here. If I don't have a butthole, then how can I do this? Whoa, first knuckle. Sorry.
You trying to engulf him? What are you doing? Just poop on his desk. There's easier ways to prove you have a butthole, Jason. You have ruined this, sir.
You were pointing at your own butthole, and you accidentally slipped, and your finger went in. And
I always know exactly how far I am from my butthole.
I love when you let slip your superpowers. Like, what am I the best at? Oh, man, I may not know math problems. I'm not the best father in the world, but I can always tell you how close I am to my butthole.
But I can only tell somebody else's is a butthole 2 out of 3 times. It's weird.
Yes. I'm picturing the setting for this is that somebody's like sitting on you. It's like coming at you, and you're just like, oh, that's a butthole. They're like, okay, stop. They'll sit on him. He got it. But the last time, the third time you miss it, and they sit on you with a naked butt. Like, oh, man.
You see, this is why my first reaction is when I see a naked man butt is to throw a baseball at his fruit basket. They might try and sit on me with their mystery butthole.
With a mystery butthole, please. Reveal yourself.
We were, I can't even remember what the conversation was about. It was something very medical. And my wife said the term rectum. And my kids are just like, Mom, that's gross. She's like, should I have said anus? And she's like, no, seriously, I don't speak English as my first language. Which is better, anus or rectum? And the kids just stormed off. And I'm just like, depends if you want me to say dang near killed him.
Yeah, my wife was big on teaching my son that the proper term is penis. And if you need to tell us something about it, you use that word. And unfortunately, he assumed, okay, so I could use that whenever. Got it. Standing out the bus stop, just waiting for the bus, and said, Dad, I accidentally touched my penis. Okay, proceed. Let me know.
See, knowing how close you are to your body parts is useful. Don't you wish your son was more like me?
No, I absolutely don't. For oh so many reasons. That being just the first. We'll call it.
Thank you for joining us for another episode of Then You Ruined It. If you enjoy our flavor of nonsense, please like and subscribe wherever you found us. And please share with your friends and cooler family members.